Alright guys, how you guys doing? In this video, as you can tell, I'm going to go over the applications on my iPad 2. Yes, I do have one, and it probably gets used most on the bog itself. But nevertheless, it does get used, if not by me, other family members. So on the home screen, I've got the kind of the main applications that I use, and even in the bottom row, Mail, Safari, iPod, Deliveries, which is a fantastic application, and you guys already know what it is. But in terms of all the icons on the middle of the page, if you tap into the news folder, these are basic news apps and you all have been over it, so I'm not going to bore you with it. I've got a social folder where I've got everything in terms of Twitter, Flipboard, Machinima HD, which is pretty cool if you follow the gameplay and gaming arena on YouTube. It's a neat little application to have indeed, and Twitter is my main app that I use. I've tried others, but I think Twitter has the best user interface. That is just my opinion. I have tried a few others, and I've always been a huge Tweety fan. Twitter was known as Tweety back in the day until Twitter bought them over and then named it Twitter, of course. The YouTube application is in there. YouTube never gets used on this iPad because YouTube is horrible for iOS devices in general. But I'll leave that into another video. Weather HD is pretty nice. I've got it on the main page because the weather literally in Scotland or in Glasgow changes every 10 minutes. It was absolutely, the best word to say is pissing it down this morning, and now the sun is out. So it's always kind of good to be ahead of time and find out what's going on. BBC iPlayer, again, neat application. Watch all your television programs right there on the iPad. Going into productivity, here is kind of all the Office suite, Office HD, Pages, Photoshop Express. Can't remember the last time I used that. GarageBand, I don't use it on the iPad. I use it on the Mac more. Office HD is pretty cool. You can open up Excel files, Word files, and neat little UI again. And it costs. I'm not too sure. It did cost when I bought it. And Pages, again, in my opinion, is quite good for the iPad. Going into games, here are all the games, and I've done videos on these. You have most probably came across these because they are old games. They're not anything new, so you have seen videos on them. But here's my kind of first section of the games. Going into the second section of the games folder, which is titled Games 2 for obvious reasons. I want to really point out this game here because I've recently downloaded it, and I think it's going to be of interest to you guys. So the concept is pretty simple. You have to get the kind of balance right in terms of you have to throw this grenade and kill the two guys, and it's just got to be right. It's a bit like Worms HD, I guess, but it's endless fun. I have gone up to level 18, I believe. I've done these levels, and it is pretty nice. I like it, and there we go. I am a pro at this game, or maybe not. In terms of other games in this folder, Red Alert is a huge shame. This is one of the games that I loved playing on the good old Windows machine I had a few years ago. I hate all the current Red Alerts that have come after this, but the good old, they say old is gold. Well, when I seen this on the App Store, I was like, yes. But when you actually play it, it's just, the concept is nice, it's good, they've got this here, but it really just doesn't work out. I'm not too sure if it's the multi-touch or if it's just purely kind of implemented in terms of coding. But, it would have been nice if they'd done a little more to it. But yeah, it's free, or it was free when I got it anyway. So if you want to check it out, it is available through the Mac App Store, of course. So moving along, getting into the travel folder, I'm a huge sucker for planes and flights, and TripAdvisor is something that I use a lot as well. Going into Flightboard is quite cool since I do travel quite a lot, or I'm at least at the airport every other day picking someone up or dropping someone off. No, I'm not a taxi driver. But it's good to kind of get this really neat UI. The concept is, again, very, very simple, but it just makes it, just kind of stand out. And you can change your airports, you can search by departures or arrivals. So yeah, here it is here. Nifty little app. It's free. Quickly going over the TripAdvisor app. This was quite useful when I was away to China. So when I was looking for hotels, I would check reviews before I booked in. And it did save me quite a few times. So it's a free application. It's worthwhile having if you have an iPad or any iOS device. AV Player HD, I haven't tried this out yet. I downloaded it the other day, but I haven't had time to kind of check over it. iMovie, do I need to explain to you what that is? Oh No Free is a game, cards game. the Apple Store app. You've got to have that. If you've got an iPad, you have to have this. Virgin Trains, this is an iPhone or iPod Touch application. It's not really iPad supported, but hey, you can just blow it up. And what is here on the last screen that I want to show you? Domino's Pizza. This is where the iPad kind of truly shines. You've got people around, family around, instead of kind of bringing your meaty laptop down or directing everyone to the household computer to see what pizza they want. It's on the iPad. Fantastic UI. I'm a huge pizza lover. You can put a postcode in, or you can search the nearby restaurants. You've got pizzas, slides, subs, drinks, desserts, what deals are on, in a very nicely presented way. And it's just nice to have. Got family around, just pass it over, and that way you can Domino's cookies. Maybe I should just stop this here and order something. Guys, that is it for this video pretty much. I hope you liked it. What is on your iPad is what I want to know. Is there any apps that I'm missing? I've shown all the ones that I use regularly. There's other apps, but I really use them, hence why I don't mention them. But if there's apps that I should check out, leave it in the comments below. And as always, guys, I will see you guys in another life. Cheers. At the lowest price possible. Simple. Visit parcelmonkey.co.uk. Follow these 4 simple steps. Have the package collected from your doorstep, and then sit back and relax.